Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes.
I would say, I'm not a beta male. I'm not a beta male. Say, I'm not a beta male. I'm not a beta male. I'm not a beta male. You know, you're a beta male.
Beta.
Bad deal, should have never been thought of.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup for my family. They're so innocent. This is soup for my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it, and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent. But the real problem is that our leaders are dumb. Dumb. So dumb.
You know, the truth of the matter is that when you look at some of my policies, in a lot of ways, Richard Nixon was more liberal than I was.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
But the real problem is that our leaders are dumb. Dumb. So dumb.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree.
So today, on behalf of the United States, I want to thank every Olympian and Paralympian. And that was just incredible. And what happened with the Paralympics was so incredible and so inspiring to me. And I watched. It's a little tough to watch too much, but I watched as much as I could. It was.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear word.
I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
Get your words straight, Jack.
I eat extra sharp. That's what I
eat. In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up, and they had the worst cover-up ever. They're coming all over the place. 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 They're coming all over the place.
And he's like
they're
this.
Coming all over
And
the
we
place.
were.
They're coming all over the place.
I need water.
They're coming all over
Help
the
me.
place.
I need water.
They're coming all over the place. 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 They're coming all over the place.
And he's, this is on live television. 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 I need water. 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 Help me. Help me. Help me.
They're coming all over
Help
the
me.
place. They're coming all over the 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 place.
Help me.
They're coming all over the place.
Help.
They're coming all over the
And he's
place.
this is on
They're coming
live
all over the
television.
place.
Everybody
They're
comes
coming
in
all
your
over the
grandmother
place.
ear.
They're coming all
Everybody
over the
comes in
place.
your grandmother
They're coming
ear.
all over the
Father, your mother, your brother, your cousins.
They're coming all over the
They come in
They're coming all
so
over the
easily, so
They're coming
crazy,
all over the
so crazy. Everybody comes in your grandmother. 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 Your father, your mother, your brother, your cousin get in. They come in, you can get in so easily, so crazy. Everybody comes in your grandmother. 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 Get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet.
But I think the juxtaposition of that and the woman dancing in the shoe with the money flying at her, the juxtaposition of that versus some of the things that we've canceled recently, some of the things we have said are too dangerous to continue while we're talking about WAP, which stands for wet ass pussy, and she's got the bucket and the whole thing.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
In my opinion, it's never too late. So, little double sound deck.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
I went in yesterday and there was a television screen, and I said, this is genius.
Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine in the membrane. Tim Kaine in the brain.
$7 million for reef fish management. $25 billion to combat Asian carp. $2.5 billion to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
But it's a class action lawsuit against all machines.
I don't wear masks like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen.
So notice something. I defended him on his bad joke because I have standards and I have principles.
They're coming all over the place. They're coming all over the place. Everybody comes in your grandmother ear.
Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic installation of the show. This is the above it all. I am above in elevation all not to be hello, welcome to the show, everybody. Got a program here lined up. It's lined up. We got a whole show lined up. And we got so I have the show, and then the show was originally not lined up, and then I lined it up. But I would also like to say that if everyone would like to take a moment and look at their calendars. Yeah! It's the weekend! It's the weekend! That's what it's happening. It's the weekend show. Here we are. It's Saturday. And as we know, Saturday is the weekend! Yeah! It's crazy. It's crazy. You can't even believe it's true. I can't even believe it's true. In fact, honestly, I'm going to go out on a limb, say it's probably not true. I'm just going to... I'm just saying it's probably not true that it's the weekend, but you know what? It's something cool. We're just going to go. We're just going to go with it anyway. So anyway, does the webcam feel like a little distorted to me, or am I like on drugs and like this is how the world works? Is this normal? Does this look normal to you? Because I'm like looking at my screen and it looks a little weird, but also I could just be on drugs. So that's very possible. I'm not sure. But anyway, we got a show going on. I've got a program here lined up. It's lined up. I lined it up, and it took a lot of work to line this up. But I lined it up, and it's been lined up. And so I did that, and so I lined it up. I'm on drugs. Okay, that makes sense. I think you may be drugging. Makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. All right. That's usually I am inside a Faraday cage, because, for those of you that don't know, in January, I got a YouTube strike. And so what that means is the cyber ninjas are after me. The censorious cyber ninjas at youtube.com are after me. So I'm hiding in a Faraday cage where they cannot find me. The only signal being processed, I'm actually broadcasting via the Tor network, and I've got like 8 proxies and a firewall, and they're not going to get me, so I don't know what to tell you. But there you go. Am I using the article I tweeted you? Not today, but it's in my list of things to read, because that's a list that I keep. And so I keep that list in case I want to read. And then I look, and so anyway, I've got a lemon seltzer here, a lemon flavor seltzer. Cheese kitsune. I actually did my edibles last night instead of now because I have work, which sucks. I also have work, which does not suck, and I'm at work right now because this is my job for some reason. But as we all know, I do not endorse anything. I do not endorse doing drugs, edibles. The only edibles I endorse are fiber and vegetables. I had a salad last night. A salad, it had spinach, it had walnuts, it had tomato, it had onion, it had everything you want. It had oil, hot sauce. I don't use vinegar. I use hot sauce, and I use pickle juice because... Why? Okay, Matt, there's some, really basic bitches out there. Now, again, Cooking with the Bitch Season 2 coming soon. But there's some really basic-ass bitches out there, right, that think, oh, oil and vinegar. Are you sick? Do you have a mental problem? Oil, yes, of the extra virgin variety. But instead of vinegar, cut that out. Pickle juice and hot sauce. That's my recommendation. Why have regular, unflavored vinegar? That makes you sound like you're a 6-year-old, like you should probably be going to preschool and change your diaper because you're stupid. So just hot tip out there. If you know how to make it. Had, there's, what else was in there? There's onions. I think I already said that. Tofu. Does anyone here like tofu? How's the Polar brand? I'm looking for one I like. Polar is good. Currently, I am consuming seltzer from the Kroger variety. That's right. Kroger is it's a chain. It's a chain not to be confused with the chain that Joe Biden utilized against corn pop in the late 1950s. That is a very important chain as well, historically speaking. But Kroger is also a chain that exists. It's a chain of grocery stores. It's actually not that good of a chain. Their CEO is pretty bad. That being said, they do have a seltzer product. They have my favorite lemon seltzer. I have never had a lemon seltzer as good as the Kroger brand. So tofu, no thanks. Go fuck yourself, Wolfpack. I hope you die. I'm just joking. But also, I don't need to hope you die because you're doing a good enough job for me if you're not eating tofu. If you're eating meat, you're garbage. You're a scumbag. You're literally, people wonder, how did people just go along with the Nazis in the 1930s and 40s? How did people just let that happen in the 1930s and 40s? If you have eaten meat at all, in the last amount of time, guess what? You should stop asking how people let that stuff happen in the 1930s because you're basically a Nazi. And so, again, animal holocaust is a serious thing and, stop eating meat. But with that being said, I got a show going on. Doing a show, folks, today. Today, I would like to remind everyone, it's the weekend! That's right. So, got a weekend show. Today is Saturday. It's a weekend show. I would also, Cannabis Clay, if you have Walmart seltzer is called Clear American. And they've got pretty decent cheap seltzer as well. It's very unflavored. It's just like, it's carbonated water. It is flavored, but like very lightly flavored. So there you go. So anyway, I feel like Andrea's show is for all the people who know too much and have only a strand of hope left. That's true. This is the thinking person show. If you're a thinker, you're watching the show. If you're not a thinker, whoops, right? Like, yikes, you made a wrong turn. Here, not to be confused with Wrong Turn, the horror movie franchise that got a reboot. Honestly, the reboot for Wrong Turn, not that good. In fact, it was so bad, I didn't even finish it. But I think I was sick when I was watching that, and I just went to bed early. But anyway, also, we got a show going on, so I'm drinking a lemon-flavored seltzer. So anyway, we got a show going on. Folks, I saw this. This was something that I saw. I saw this, so let me give you a story. I was scrolling, and then this appeared, and I saw it, and I decided, you know what? Since I do a YouTube show, let me bookmark this because this is entertaining. So here we have a situation. This is a Republican primary, and things got a little serious. So let's watch.
No, you don't. I do. You've never been in the private sector in your... All right, I work, sir. Squat. 2 tours in Iraq. Don't tell me I haven't worked. Don't tell me I haven't worked. You don't know squat. It's okay, all right? You don't know squat. 2 tours in Iraq. Don't tell me...
Yo, this guy... Now, again, these are both Republicans. These guys are crazy. But this guy... Like, I'm on this guy's team. This is a Republican Senate primary debate in Ohio. And this guy, I'm on this guy's team. Now, again, both of them are garbage. They're trash. And I hope both of them have no political power in the future. But this guy, he's standing up. And he's not letting this little whippersnapper step all over him, which I can respect.
I haven't worked. You back off. I never let him happen. Sit down.
So now imagine this guy did 2 tours in Iraq, but like this guy gets triggered and starts like threatening to beat the shit out of an old person. I wonder what kind of war crimes they were committing in fucking Iraq. I did 2 tours in Iraq, and by the way, I have a short temper. So, okay, that's a little weird. Do they let people with such a short temper in the military? Aren't you not supposed to have a short temper in the military? You're supposed to follow orders. What if like, the guy who like tells you your orders, like, said that he liked a movie that you didn't and you got triggered and then you have a short temper and now you're not following orders. I don't know, man. So I'm just thinking maybe not the best guy to go to Iraq.
Never. Watch. squared away with the wrong dude. You're dealing with the wrong guy. You watch what happens. Listen, you watch what happens. Stand in the fight. No, you.
So, there you go. No fighting, to my understanding. But again, this is very, very fun to watch. The Republican primaries, underreported on entertainment. There was another Republican primary in goddamn, Arizona or some shit. And, the woman on the primary stage was, talking about how she wants her child to be able to, bully trans people and get away with it, and that she is upset that schools are suspending people for bullying. That's just what she said. The Republican primaries are always amazing. They're rife with entertainment. My God. I mean, I was covering Marjorie Taylor Greene when she was still a primary candidate, and that was fun. And now she's in Congress, and I regret everything. But also, 2 tours in Iraq. Okay. I mean, that's not it's not really a badge of honor in my opinion. This is controversial, but I just want to say fuck the troops. I know some troops, I understand the military is difficult. People get preyed upon. They get brainwashed. I get it. I understand. I'm sympathetic. But, if you're going to brag about... In my opinion, if you go to the military and you're you regret it and you feel bad about that and, it's a stain on your life for the rest of the world. I mean, okay, that's whatever. Let's move on, right? But, I guys are I don't do tour now. God, by the way, I'm a Republican. I mean, my God, right? Fuck the troops, fuck that troop in particularly, but not in the good dick way because they don't deserve that. But anyway, that's that. Ohio Senate primary, not going so well for, the Iraq soldier. The soldier that went to Iraq in an illegal war that killed 1 million civilians, by the way. So, I wouldn't be proud of that. I'm sorry. Whatever. What are you going to do? There you go. Thrift store hunting. I love thrift store hunting. Cannabis Clay. Whoa. Stay here. If y'all see PS1 games, PlayStation, the original, not PlayStation 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 20, not 30, not 69. PlayStation games, hit me up. I will pay you to buy them and ship them to me. That's my... Anyone that goes to thrift stores... Anyone? If you see PS1 games, send me a screenshot or I guess it's a photograph. I mean, it's not there's no shooting the screen here. I will immediately wire you the funds, purchase that, and then ship it to me, please. Thank you. And so anyway, doing a show here today. I decided that today is going to be the day that I do a show. That's what I decided on. I decided that today, out of all days, and it's a good time to select today because you want to know why? It's the weekend. Yeah! I don't know what to tell you. But goddamn. So there you go. I have some of my old PS1 games still TBH. All the old Spyro games because I adore those. I'm a PS1 collector. I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of PS1 games. I'm going for a complete set. If anyone wants to give me PS1 games, just in general, I will accept them as a donation. My goal is to own every PS1 game. And that includes, not just, a complete set, but I want to own every PS1 game. Every single one that's ever been manufactured, every version of everything, every copy of every game, every demo. Yep, I want to have every single one. And then once I've completed that goal, I'm going to destroy them all because... Honestly, I mean, there's really nothing left to live for once you complete the set. So there's really nothing left to live for. So I'm going to destroy them all and myself. I'm going to sacrifice myself in a ritualistic manner and bury my... It's like a mummy. I'm going to be like a mummy. People are going to discover my tomb in 3,000 years. And there's going to be every PS1 game ever is going to be in that tomb. And it's going to be great. And then I'm going to be resurrected. Because that's going to be a thing in 3,000 years from now. They're just going to poke me with an injection and then resurrect my mummy corpse. And then I'm going to play some Spyro and I'm going to play some Crash and we're going to play some Mega Man X6 and we're going to have a good ass time. Anyway, Speaking of time, we all love time. I love time. This is one of my big issues. A lot of people were saying, why are you covering daylight savings time? They're never going to change it. They're never going to change it. That's what people were telling me a week ago. Yeah, well, guess what? You're a dumbass, okay? Why you, this is the 5th video. This is the 7th video you made. This is the 29th video you made about daylight. Why do you keep talking about daylight? Well, guess what? Fuck you. Okay, that's why. The U.S. tried permanent daylight savings time in the 1970s and then quickly rejected it. You know what else they tried in the 1970s? I don't know. Hey, they tried a lot of things in the 1970s. They tried making drugs illegal in the 1970s. Also, not the best thing. I mean, we're still dealing with that. So I'm just saying, 1970s didn't have the best decision makers, didn't have the best kind of average intelligence in America. I'm just saying, the U.S. tried permanent daylight savings time in the 1970s, then quickly rejected it. Okay, that says more about the people that were walking around in the 1970s. Like, those are some dumb fuck motherfuckers. But let's read their argument. So again, the Senate passed a bill that would make DST permanent in November 2023, right? So again, this year's schedules or whatever, so they said November 2023. Personally, I lean a little bit more towards standard time for whatever would be permanent, but I'm down to have that conversation. I can easily be convinced. So I'm just saying. The Senate gave itself a pat on the back earlier this week when senators voted without objection to make daylight savings time permanent. The good news is that we can get this passed so we don't have to keep doing this stupidity anymore, Senator Marco Rubio of Florida said. However, America tried this before and the country hated it. Now again, the country hated it. What did that mean? What does that mean, the country hated it? Now, first of all, that just means like there was like a poll that got 50% plus one somewhere, right? Like the country hated it. Did the country hate it? Or did, like, mainstream news just, like, kind of, like, incorrectly historicize that period into being, like, I'm just saying, who, like, how do you know, where is the evidence that, quote, the country hated it? I'm wondering where this evidence is. In the early 1970s, America was facing an energy crisis, so the government tried an experiment. Congress passed a law to make daylight savings time permanent year-round, but just for 2 years. The thinking was more sunlight in the evening would reduce the nation's energy consumption. It didn't work, said David Pryor, one of the nation's foremost experts on the issue. So I don't know who David Pryor... I don't know who that is. And I'm going to be honest, I don't care. So if you disagree with me, you're not an expert, you're a dumbass. It became very unpopular very quickly. Yeah, whatever, fuck you. Americans do not like changing their clocks. But they disliked even more going to work and school in the dark for months. How about this? We changed the time school starts in work. Huh? The price the nation had to pay for more sunlight and wind. Or how about we rethink... Like, imagine how distorted it is. Like, think about this. I want to bring this to a broader conversation about capitalism, okay? Capitalism is more ingrained, okay, in people's minds than the clock, than time itself. People think, oh, yeah, fuck it. We'll just change the clock, whatever. It's what time is it now? I don't know. It's 6:54 because I said so. Time itself is less of a concern to change than the components of capitalism that put us in these prisons. Like, I'm just saying, like, people are like, oh man, I hate that goddamn daylight savings time. No. How about this? You hate work. Is that possible? Well, no, I hate work. I love my job. I'm a participator in this system. What? What do you... Again, like, imagine how fucked up we are as a species, as a society, where it's like, yeah, we're going to change time. Work, though, everything I think with work is going great. No change is necessary with work. Time, though, let's fuck around. Let's have a good time, you know? Now, again, I am not necessarily opposed to changing time, to changing work. I'm just saying be consistent, man. I'm just like, this is a bad deal. Like, people really think, oh, my work hours are enshrined into, like, you know, my DNA. I have to get up at 6 a.m. and go to work at 7. That's in my DNA. No, it's not, actually. It's not. You can just have your employer have you work an hour later, or 2 hours later, Or, I don't know, maybe just not work at all, because you probably work at a bullshit, stupid-ass, useless job, let's be honest. Alright, so I'm just saying. Today, the Senate has finally delivered on something Americans all over the country never want to have to change their clocks again. Blah, blah, blah. We know that daylight savings time helps turn the corners of people's mouths upward into a smile. I mean, okay. Advocates for permanent daylight savings time includes, I don't care. Dr. blah, blah, blah. It's called standard time because standard time lines up with our natural biological rhythms. She said permanent standard time with sunnier mornings and darker evenings would be healthier, especially for frontline workers. Now, I tend to agree. I am more... Now, again, I'm willing to be convinced on daylight time. I got you. But standard time, I'm on that side of things. I'm just saying. Now, again, I'm diehard against changing the clocks. I am against that diehard. Not going to change my mind on this. Which way we end up on that, on which side of the coin, you know, I'm willing to be convinced, but I lean towards standard time, so... the best answer, according to is to do nothing at all. The current system that began in 2007 of starting daylight savings time in March and ending it in November is the product of decades of study and compromise. No, I disagree. I disagree. The House has no immediate plans to take up the Senate passed bill, but if there's bipartisan... Imagine that. 100 out of 100 senators can pass something. Every single one. Like, even Tommy motherfucking Tuberville. Right? Even he voted for, like, and the House is the problem? Like, what? When does this start happening? All of a sudden, the Senate is doing good things in the House. Oh, but I don't know about this and that. I don't get it. I don't understand. Nope. I disagree. But anyway, make standard time the time, make daylight time the time, as long as we stop changing the fucking clocks, man. Because that shit, Lord have mercy, let me tell you. Not a fan of it. Now again, just to sum up my comments on those that believe in the switching of the clock. Now, whatever side of the coin you land on, daylight time being better than standard time, whatever, that's fine. I'm willing to have that conversation. Respectable arena of debate. But if you are in favor of the clock switching, got news for you. This is my take.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
I'm just saying. I'm just pointing this out. Like, someone's got to say it. Someone's got to say it. I don't know, man. Someone's got to say it, so I did. I took it upon myself. I'm taking this. Taking one for the team. Someone had to. There you go. I don't know what's going on with this, like... Is this like a raid or something? There's like a bunch of users that are posting some like iconography in the chat. Is this like like half of them I don't even know? Like, who are you people? Why are you here? And also, what? That's like, this is the list of questions. So this is Amharic. I don't even know what that language is. Says, I like going abroad because it is fun. Okay. Same account. These are different accounts. We have Marxist-Leninist. We got Square. I'm just saying. I like going abroad because it is fun. I mean, I've never been abroad. Well, I am actually abroad. But I have never been abroad. So, anyway, we got a show going on. I'm doing a program here today. Boom. So, got some Kroger Seltzer. I'm going to let everyone in on a little secret. Now, this is a little secret I got. There's a little secret. This is something that I was not planning on sharing with the rest of the class, but I decided to do it. And maybe I won't. Maybe it's possible. that I won't actually, but I think I am. I think I'm gonna. So anyway, as soon as this show, now I'm just saying, I'm putting my biases on the table. So as you can see, this is my table. Now imagine that, imagine, I don't know, there's like, I'm looking for an object. Imagine that this, I don't know what this is. Imagine that this are my biases. Now check this out. Now look at this. So these are my biases. This is the physical manifestation of my biases. And check this out. Wait, where is it on camera? Okay, check out. Now they're on the table. And so now my biases are on the table. After this program, I'm planning on doing some drugs. So I'm just saying, I have an incentive to just turn this off whenever I want. I'm just putting that out there. Again, biases, they're on the table. And so just throwing that out there. I'm a little excited. So just throwing that out there. It was in and now it's out. And so that's how things are going. We got Farminas de la Flus la Fus in the chat. We got Bilb. Hello, Bilb. Yeah, I don't know what this is. This is like a part. Whoa. No, it's on the floor now. That's a part of my boom arm for my microphone that broke. It no longer functions. It just like kind of like the parts snapped into an irreconcilable format. And I just left that on my table. Now it's on the floor, so I don't even know where it is. But it's somewhere. I'm looking up. I found it. Oh, I don't know if that's even audible. All right, I lost it again. I don't know where it is. But anyway, I found it again. Where is it? I'm just like moving my foot around. Oh! It's like, I feel like I'm touching it and then like it's disappearing from this dimension. It's just disappearing from this dimension. I really need some shrooms. Well, reminder, y'all, that there is a list of cities in the United States of America where you can go and shrooms are not illegal. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing that out there. It's on Wikipedia, it's on Google, you can just look it up. And then so if you need them, what you can do is you can go to those locations and then boom, they're there. I mean, I'm just saying. Also, fun fact, they come out of the ground. Like they literally come out of the ground. I mean, like people talk about like, oh, this doesn't grow on trees. Well, they don't grow on trees, but they grow out of the ground. So, I mean, this is Andrea and she's not on drugs. I did a lot of weed last night. Like I got really fucked up last night and I woke up with like a little bit of I'm still pumping that through my system. But I also had like a really big ass cup of coffee right before the show went live. So I'm like, I've got, this is me. Whoa, right? I'm crazy. I'm out of control. And honestly, the fact that I'm out of control implies that I could be in control. That I just want to be very clear. Not going to happen. Not going to be controlled. But anyway, so I got a show. Oh my God, I forgot I was doing a news show. I forgot. How could I forget? Oh my God. Oh, here I was. I thought I was just talking to my friends in a chat. And lo and behold, fuck, I'm doing a goddamn news show. Motherfuck. Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody. Speaking of weed, so CNN at it again. I love CNN. Again, I'm in partner talks with CNN folks. I'm a CNN shill. Study raises questions about risks of using medical marijuana for mood and anxiety disorders. Okay. All right. Okay, let's see what they had to say. All right. So we got marijuana and the brain. All right. Some people with pain, anxiety, or depression. Oh! Raising my hand. I don't have that much pain, but anxiety. Oh, I'm anxious right now. I'm freaking the fuck out. So anyway, I'm not even joking either. Or depression who obtain medical marijuana cards may overuse marijuana within a short time frame. Interesting. Leading to cannabis use disorder. Whoa. While failing to improve their symptoms, a new study found cannabis use disorder, also known as marijuana use disorder. Whoa! Whoa! I like marijuana use disorder. It's called mud. No, cannabis is cud. We got cud and mud. Take your pick. Which one sounds better, cud or mud? I don't know. I got both. I got mud in my cud. I got cud in my mud. Is associated with dependence on the use of weed. People are considered dependent on weed when they feel food cravings or have a lack of appetite, irritability, restlessness, and mood, and sleep difficulties after quitting. So this is a thing for sure. I mean, like, we need to, we got to talk about this. Like, can people get addicted to weed on a psychological level? Absolutely. Duh. But, like, the idea that we shouldn't prescribe weed to people who would actually benefit from it because some people might get addicted. I don't know, man. I wish maybe we took this approach with opioids. Huh? Anyone? No? Maybe? I don't... Hey, with weed. Okay, what's the worst thing that happens when you get addicted to weed? Man, I'm like hungry and I'm like, man, I'm like, I'm on the couch, bro. Like, what? And what's the worst thing that happens if you get addicted to opioids? Like, you die. You overdose and you die. Right? So it's like, I don't know, man. The healthy level of skepticism, not necessarily against it. Right? Like, but let's be honest here. Like, let's focus on things that actually matter. Heavy use of marijuana by teens and young adults with mood disorders, such as depression and bipolar disorder, was linked to an increased risk of self-harm, suicide attempts, and death, according to an earlier study. Okay, so let me figure this out. Okay, heavy use of marijuana by teens and young adults with mood disorders, such as depression and bipolar, was linked to an increased risk of self-harm. Okay, so I'm very interested in this, right? Now, again, hey, people might not know this. I used to be a teen. Some people still consider me a young adult. I'm not sure. I'm 25. You can make your own decision on that. I also have mood disorders such as depression, not bipolar, but, anxiety. And I have self-harmed in the past, but I'm just going to let you know, I used to self-harm and now I don't. Now, what is one thing I used to do? What is one difference between when I used to self-harm and when I stopped? I'm just saying, when I started getting on weed, it fixed a lot of my problems. Now, again, it depends on fix, right? I mean, it doesn't fix the problems for everyone. I'm not trying to say weed is a miracle, right? It's not like, you need to use it as a vehicle, to help you fix the problems on an internal scale. But, guess what? It helped tremendously. It put me in a better mindset where I'm not as anxious, right? It helped me get to where I am, in a place with my depression. So I'm just saying, like, for me, it's pretty good. Good track record. Works out pretty well. And so, just saying. And the idea, again, like, what happens if people get addicted to weed? They just get a little lazy, maybe. But what happens when people get addicted to opioids? Huh? Like, it's just, I'm just saying, right? Like, if we're going to have this level of skepticism, okay, is weed perfect? Does it help everyone perfectly all the time? No. But why do we treat this as if it's any sort of, like, tobacco doesn't help anyone. Tobacco doesn't help anyone with anxiety or depression. Yet, it's federally legal. So I'm just saying, no change in depression, anxiety, or pain symptoms. This is just not true. This is just some scaremongering, reefer madness garbage. Again, if weed doesn't work, guess what? You can just not try weed. You can just say, all right, it doesn't work. In the same sense, where it's like, if you've got a certain SSRI that doesn't work, you try another one. I don't understand this idea that weed needs to be perfect or else it should be banned. What? Nothing is perfect, bro. But I'm telling you this right now, personal experience, having been someone with significant and still in some ways muted, but still, significant mental health issues, weed has helped me tremendously. It's a lot of people I know, hundreds and hundreds of people I know, directly that I've spoken to. It's also helped tremendously. But also, guess what? I know a lot of people who it has not helped. I know a lot of people who have gotten negatively addicted to marijuana, and it impacts their performance. It impacts their mood. I get it. I understand. It is a thing that happens. But guess what? You know, people that are willing to try marijuana, right? People that are willing to try marijuana to fix their problems, you know, those problems are already there, right? So it's like they were going to try something somehow. Is it better for them to try weed than heroin or opioids or alcohol? My God. Yes, absolutely. And so again, is weed perfect? No, I don't think anyone anywhere is going to tell you weed is perfect and it's a miracle for everybody. But I'm just saying for most people, it's pretty cool, myself included, and most people I've spoken to. So, and this idea that something needs to be perfect for it to be legal, I mean, my God, alcohol and tobacco have been legal in this country for basically ever. I mean, let's be honest. Like, there was the Prohibition period, didn't end up working out so well. Like, that didn't work out so well for the U.S. government. And let's be honest, the war on drugs also not working out so well for the U.S. government. So I'm just saying. You know, maybe we should use this healthy skepticism, which, yeah, it is healthy skepticism. Maybe we should use this on things that are maybe a little bit more important. So, there you go. Big Salty. I know you're just like Sam Law on an alt or something, but like this whole shtick you got going on, man, oh man. Man, oh man. Like, this is low tier. Like, if you, like give it, like, a good 10 minutes, like, think of a bit, write it down, like, open a notepad or something. Maybe get, like, a pen and paper and think of a new bit, because this one, not so good. I'm just saying, it is not good, not good. In fact, I might even go as far as to say,
no good, really bad for you.
I hope everyone in my chat's miserable. Like, the ideal scenario is that everyone in this chat is miserable every single moment of the day, except for when they're watching my stream. I want people to get addicted to my show. I want people to develop, like, a parasocial chemical relationship with my show. And me. So, you know, that's why I post selfies every day. I don't care what you think because it's all dumb. Well, okay, bud. All right. Let us continue. That's pretty much me. Oh my God. Johnny Too Late FTV is the ideal viewer. Yep. Free speech censored. I censored this motherfucker. I am forming the parasocial relationship. Goes to WikiFeet. Reminder, y'all, 4-star, formerly 5-star before trolls found my page. But, you know, as of this moment, 4-star on WikiFeet. 4 stars, folks, out of 5. So, again, this is, like, pretty good. We're talking about, like, you know, top tier feet here. Those of you that are new to my stream might not know that I've got extremely sexual feet. And sexy and sexual. Those are 2 different words that have 2 different meanings, and both of them are apt when it comes to my feet. And you can go see for yourself on WikiFeet. So again, 4 stars, formerly 5 stars. And you know, we don't like to talk about that, but also I was at 1.5 stars. Now 4 stars. So, and that's still important. And that's still a win. You know, it's just, I'm just posting W's. I don't know what to tell you. LMAO, I love being woefully unaware of the assheads that I've blocked in the chat in the past, and they are still being idiots. I love the concept of an ass head. Like, that is some very devilish imagery. First time offense for possession of marijuana at the federal level is 1 year in prison. I know, it's great. Like, this country makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's woo! Just to be clear, I am not actually perving on your feet. Oh, you feel free. You can. I mean, I don't mind. You can perv on me in any capacity. In fact, it's preferable. I want, that's a desired outcome. So feel free to do so. Also, it is really funny. 1, it is in fact very funny. 2, feel free to do so. And 3, do more. That's pretty much the summary there. Like, really, my line is, like, as long as you don't, like, come to my house or, like, develop, like, a negative, like, there's a lot of people that are extremely attracted to me, but also, like, hate me because, like, they don't like trans people or something, and they, that's a whole, as long as you're not in that kind of category, go for it, buddy. I mean, hey. Do as much as you want. People have said that, they do things while watching the show. I mean, they said that. I'm not saying it. This isn't stuff coming from my mouth.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves.
Hey, I'm not saying it. But I'm just saying there have been people that have done those things while watching my program. And that is normal, that is fine and acceptable. So anyway. Let's do a show, shall we? Got a show going on. God damn. Doing a fucking show. Got a fucking show going on. Woo! My story arc is complete. There you go. Doing a show. I've got this, like, really weird chin thing here. Like, what is this, like, chin thing that I've noticed? Like a little bit extends downward. Does anyone notice that? Makes me think I'm, like, some, like, biological aberration of some kind. Like, what is that? I don't know. What is this? I don't know what that is. Anyway, got a show going on. Does your boss care about you? Let's be honest. No, they don't. Here's what most workers say. This is from CNN. For several months at the beginning of the pandemic, American workers felt genuinely cared for by their bosses. Now, this is the thing that I talk about on my show. We need to discuss this. Americans are fucking stupid, okay? Americans are the dumbest group of people in the history of the planet. They are fucking Looney Tunes. They are dumb. Americans are easily manipulated, easily propagandized, stupid shit for brains motherfuckers. No, your boss does not care about you. Full stop. Now, if you were like working at a co-op scenario, or you got like a small business that's just you and your friends or whatever, that's a whole different scenario. If you were working for a corporation, nobody cares about you. Your coworkers don't care about you. Your boss doesn't care about you. HR doesn't care about you. Nobody cares about you. So we need to be clear. So any percentage above 0 that thinks that their boss cares about them, those are what we call the dumb motherfuckers. Anyone that thinks their boss cares at all about their safety at all is a dumb motherfucker, and I would love to have these people's personal information and then maybe try to like fish them with their email, or like maybe see if I can get them to buy like a bridge or something via like a, some sort of mail scam. Because again, they're stupid motherfuckers and they honestly deserve to be taken advantage of. That's my opinion. According to a new study survey released by Friday on Gallup, an international polling organization, by April 2020, only a month into the nationwide lockdown. Nationwide lockdown? Hey, I was in North Carolina during the bulk of this pandemic. I'm going to tell you this right now. There was no lockdown in North Carolina. There was no nationwide lockdown. That never existed. Now, in some states, like New York, maybe people tell me that, business is closed. In North Carolina, that never happened. This is made up. 49% of workers felt warm and fuzzy about how they were being treated by their employers, nearly double the typical 25% who felt that way before the pandemic. If you felt in April of 2020 that your boss made you feel warm and fuzzy, that is mental illness. You need therapy. That, in fact, that's physical illness. Like, that is like that you're experiencing symptoms. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm sorry, warm and fuzzy. Like, these are the people that didn't get bullied enough in school. I'm just saying, honestly, these are the people who did not get bullied enough in school. Like, fuck me. Like, so your coworkers are getting sick and dying, right? You're being taken advantage of, and that makes you feel warm and fuzzy? Bro, what the fuck? Like, I mean, my God. These are the people that need to be shoved in lockers, for sure. Employees felt companies responded quickly at the beginning of the pandemic with genuine concern for them, their work, and their lives. My God, man. Gallup's chief scientist of workplace management and well-being, but those feelings didn't last. Now, this is good. Now, again, in the words of everybody's favorite president, let me talk about this one, okay?
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
So, hey, I'm just saying, hey, you fooled them once, they learned their lesson, they got shoved in a locker, and it's not going to happen again, okay? That's good. Employees' perception of their employers as caring and concerned began to drop in early 2021, according to Gallup numbers, and it didn't matter what type of job. The decline of well-being affected all industries. Gallup surveys showed that by Feb 2022, employee cynicism had returned to pre-pandemic levels, with only 24% of the workplace saying their bosses had their best interest at heart. Now again, 24% of the country are registered Republican voters. 24% of the country are against vaccines. Is this number ringing a bell? 24% of the country, like they wanted to overthrow the U.S. democracy just like a year ago and change. Is this number a 1 in 4? We need to talk about this. Approximately 1 in 5 to 1 in 4 American citizens is what I call the too far gone. Like, they are like an empty vessel for stupid garbage. They are, in all sense of the word, NPCs. They have no authority whatsoever, like personal authority, on the day-to-day. They are drones. They are foot soldiers of capitalism and fascism, and they will stop at nothing to destroy peace on earth. Again, I need you to understand, this is a percentage that there's always going to be. Right? That 20 to 30% of people in any poll, anywhere, ever, that are just dumb as fuck. Okay? That's something we need to understand, okay? Anyone that now again, if you work in like with your buddies in like, or like mom and pop shop, where it's like a small co-op or something, that's a different story. If you think that your boss at McDonald's cares about you, or your boss at whatever fucking shitfuck corporation you're working for cares about you, my God, dumb as hell. Dumb as hell. Okay? Why would 1 in 4 American employees revert to such a poor opinion of their employers? I don't know. Let's look at the last 2 years. Okay? So there's a pandemic going on. All the employers basically said, yeah, you're going to get no extra pay. In fact, we're going to reduce your pay. We're going to reduce your hours. And we're going to cut your health insurance benefits. And we're going to fire your friends. And if you try to tell anyone, we're going to fire you, and so on and so forth. And by the way, there's going to be no PPE at your workplace, and you work with people that are also stupid and voted for Trump and don't even believe in vaccines, and we're not going to protect you from them, and they're going to kill you and your family, and if your mother dies of COVID, you can't go to the funeral, And if your brother, maybe that's why. Maybe the last 2 years, it's like, I don't know, man. If you're writing this article, right, and you're thinking to yourself, I wonder why Americans by the third year of this pandemic would hate their bosses. My God, man, how out of touch can you be, motherfucker? Like, have you ever interacted with a normal person? Like, have you ever been outside and spoken to a normal person? My God, man, like, fuck me. Like, imagine writing these fucking articles. Communication and flexibility. When the country first went into lockdown in March of 2020, employers stepped up, Harder said. I don't know who Harder is. Who the fuck is Harder? Like, Harder was not introduced at all. Were they? Where's Harder? Oh, Jim Harder. Here he is. Okay, I skipped that part. Fucking Harder. Goddamn. Goddamn Jim. Increasing communication was one key to a higher sense of well-being in workers. According to the survey, when employees felt their bosses had communicated a clear plan of action in dealing with the emerging coronavirus threat, 73% of them strongly agreed that their employer cared about their overall well-being. Wow. 73%. Wow. So stupid, man. The Americans are so stupid. When employees said their supervisor kept them informed about what's going on in the company, 78% strongly agreed that their bosses cared. This is all basic psychology of manipulation. Like, you do the bare minimum. Well, you don't actually do the bare minimum. You say you're going to do the bare minimum. You do a little less than that, but you really focus on the less than bare minimum that you did. You focus on all the good parts, and you really nail the messaging. This is basic psychology of manipulation. Anyone that's gone to, like, any basic sociology course could do this. I mean, like, honestly, it's like, are Americans really this gullible and stupid? Like, for real, though. For real. Like, Americans are really this gullible and stupid? Many employers allowed employees to work from home and were also more flexible about work schedules during the day, Harder said. That allowed people to juggle ever-changing childcare. Flexibility was key. Ironically, that was the most desired perk pre-COVID, and then bam! People got to really experience it. And what was a really slow-moving trend and pattern before the pandemic got turbocharged and became, Why is this so important? Supporting managers. Why employee well-being matters. Yeah, okay. What is supporting managers? The Gallup survey found the decline in well-being was especially high among managers. That makes sense, Harder said, due to the extra stresses on those key positions during the pandemic. Oh, wow, I'm so stressed. New strains of the coronavirus challenge return to work plans. A record number of Americans retired, quit, or changed jobs in 2021, either in response to COVID-19, more pay and benefits, or age discrimination. But those were not the primary reasons workers quit, Harder said. Gallup research found about 2/3 of the reasons people left their job revolved around how engaged they felt at work and whether they felt they were treated with respect. I mean, I cannot imagine going to, like, work at a corporation and thinking at all for a moment that your boss respects you. But maybe I'm just built that way. I don't know, man. Like, maybe I'm different. I'm not sure. But, like, yes, I'm working at Burger King, and my manager really cares a lot about my mental and physical health. Okay. I mean, couldn't be me. Every employee has a different work-life situation that only managers can understand. That only managers can understand. How about their coworkers who they talk to every day? Good managers need their companies to coach them into how to give people feedback and have at least one meaningful conversation every week with each employee. So the company isn't giving the managers the resources they need to handle this. Okay, that helps understand what each employee is working on and how they're progressing so they can make adjustments. These conversations need to happen more. That's one of the things about this as well. Like, let's make this broader conversation about capitalism. Like, the bosses and the capitalists could, if they wanted to, successfully manipulate everyone into liking them. They could. They've got the money. They've got the resources. They could maintain the exact power structure that they have now, right? But they don't want to. I need you to understand, they have infinite money. If they wanted to make you feel respected, they would. And if you felt respected, you would increase your productivity and output. Right? Like, I need you to understand, like, not only could they be making the same amount of money, if not more, if you were happy with your job, but to them, the idea that you're unhappy has a unique set of value that, you know, money can't buy. They want you to have a shitty life, to live paycheck to paycheck, to go to work and get, like, long-lasting health conditions at work that they're not going to pay for, right? And they want you to suffer. It's a choice. This is a choice from these companies and corporations that control this country and the planet. This is a choice. They could choose to make everyone happy, and that happiness would yield additional productivity and output, but they choose not to. They choose to fuck you in the face, and not even in the good dick way. So I just need people to understand, you know, corporations, not so good. So anyway, that's the show. That's the show. Seemingly, that is the program. That's the program. Talk about Russia tomorrow. There's some Russia stuff, but don't want to ruin the vibes. This is like an ideal situation that I've thought about, right? Like, imagine a world where this show has like 10x the viewers, right? Now imagine, like, I feel like I could leverage, like, if I had like 100 to 200 people that would do anything I wanted, right? Like, I'm the authoritarian, like, leader of this group of people. One thing I would love to do is to organize prank calls. Now, I don't know if this is illegal, but I would love to organize prank calls on people's work. So I would love, like, workers to, like, give us details about their shitty boss, and then, like, everyone in the chat would go prank them. This is an idea that I've had for a long time that I would love to implement, but I do not think that I have enough people to make that worth it. But I would, like, the idea of trolling bosses to me is so enjoyable. I love doing that whenever I get the opportunity. You know, whenever I know someone that has the opportunity to troll their bosses. Now, again, obviously, you know, got to cover your tracks. You don't want to get fired. So, you know, just throwing ideas out there. If I ever become rich and famous, that's the kind of shit I'm going to do. I'm going to troll the fuck out of these motherfuckers. And that's it. That's pretty much it. I've got a lot of other ideas if I ever become rich and famous. But I gotta get rich and famous first. That's the first part of the goal. I've only got 36 viewers. What the fuck? That's a problem. That's a problem. Like, y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. Apparently they don't know, because there's only 36 people here. It's a problem. Y'all gotta tell your friends. Tell your coworkers. Come on, if you know someone, this is how I would sell my show. Okay. Do you like drugs? If the answer is yes, you're gonna like this show. So, that's it. Okay. That's goodbye. That's all I've got. But wait, I've got more. Yeah! It's the weekend, so enjoy your weekend, everybody. I will also enjoy my weekend. I will see y'all in approximately 16,459 years. Have a good evening.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down, And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down. So it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
That isn't what it meant.
Well, what did it mean then?
It meant that it's indicative of low-resolution thinking.
Should we have done that sooner?
We are doing it.
But should we have done it sooner?
We are doing it.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Can you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know. I went in yesterday and there was a television screen and I said, this is genius.
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out.